Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where last episode, right at the tail end of the episode, we had an election go through, and I completely didn't notice it. I did mention it right at the very end. You may have missed it. It was post-credits, but yeah, an election happened, and our new coalition is this. Petite bourgeoisie, intelligentsia, and industrialists. We will see what this allows us to do. We could also potentially run rural folk, intelligentsia, and trade unions. Hang on. This is probably better for us. Probably. This is very interesting, actually. We only give up 4 legitimacy for this. And overall, this is very good. We're going to go for that one instead. There, the free government reform went away. So what laws can we work on changing? Well, we're working on poor laws, and this is at 32% right now, and we can see the trade unions are boosting that. So we're going to work on enacting poor laws. That looks good for now. The French flu, I hope it doesn't reach Iran. Indeed. So we're going to continue to work through these constructions. We've got 9 months left in this construction queue currently. And things are looking pretty good on getting all of that done. So that is, of course, excellent. We will continue to construct for a long time yet, I'm sure. But our main issue right now is we just don't have the people to work in it, right? That's the primary issue at this moment. We've only got 5.57 gainfully employed at this moment. So increasing our work ratio would not be a bad thing. No doubt about that. So basically what that ends up meaning, we can increase our worker ratio with like rights of women. That's a theoretical option. Would we be capable of going down to women's suffrage? Yes, we would. But we would need feminism first. So that's not an option at this moment. However, we may well be able to go to like proportional taxation to boost our income. That's a very good chance, actually. We could definitely do that. So that's not a terrible idea. We're going to get the oil turbine here in 3 months, and that seems great. All these iron mines in Isfahan are going to be finishing up, and if we look at our overall resource situation, I want to be only in domestic, right? We can build 1 coal mine in Tabriz. We can build 2 total lead mines. We're going to get both of those going. Actually, we can build more than that. We can build a few lead mines in Iraqi Ajami and a few in Semnan. We can do that. Perfect. We can build a couple of logging camps in Mazandaran, as well as in Semnan. We can get those going. And we can get a couple of fishing wharves going here. And now another coal mine in Khorasan. Okay, cool. So for now, that's looking okay. And, okay, so poor laws goes to voting. That's expected. And at this point, if we wanted to build agriculture, what are we interested in? 1K for livestock, 1.12 for wheat. I mean, it's opium. We should build opium. So we can build opium in all of these locations, but at this point, we should probably switch over to wheat. Okay, that's still a little on the low side, but we can build some wheat there. That'll be fine. Dyes are at like 0.78. Opium is at like 0.92. Okay. Tea. We should build tea where possible. So we'll get all of that going. And then livestock is not very high in the location where we can actually build it. So that's noted. 0.7, 0.73. Yeah, building an additional wheat farm would be fine. So something along the lines of that. And at this point, do we have any other resources or agriculture that we can build? The answer is no. Okay, perfect. So we have the Journal of Philosophical Studies here, and this is a lot of money, but I guess we'll do it. Our struggle is indeed an international one. There we go. And the pro-slavery ideals among the landowners have faded significantly. Good for them. About time. So now is the time to come together and forgive. So we'll do that. Radicalism increases and minus... Yeah, this is going to be a thing. Cool. So that looks okay for now. These oil rigs are allegedly not progressing. We will see if that's real or not. We'll just let that go for a little bit. So there's definitely a bunch of constructions still queued up here, right? But that's only going to take 7 months to get through, and that looks good. So there's a very good chance that this might be the last episode, or the next episode might be the last episode. I don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't mind going in here and going into our armies, if I can remember how to do this. Yes, and upgrading all of these. So this is something that we're going to want to do. We're going to want to come through and upgrade all of our infantry. We don't have anything other than infantry, I don't think. So we just want to make sure to get all of these upgraded for now. Okay, there are actually artillery and cavalry in this army, so that is noted. Cool. So that is underway at this point, and we're still working on these oil rigs. Yeah, this is just kind of moving around. We'll give it a little bit longer and see what the oil rig situation looks like in Fars. So as of right now, all of these are being built, but not all of them necessarily are real. There's a couple of them that might end up being fake. We will see. But there's the oil turbine unlocked. That gives us access to immediately go into our power plants and go to oil-fired plants. Now, that's going to be some awkward goods substitution, and that's understood. We do have a transportation shortage in Herat. What's going on there? Okay, yeah, we definitely need an additional railway there. We'll get that going. And in Merv, this needs to be subsidized, so we'll do that. Perfect. So that'll be fine for now. And how long on this railway? 22 weeks. Looks good. So poor laws should be going through here fairly soon. We can see our GDP is currently 138.7, now 139.2. It's continuing to come up at a fairly rapid rate. Our next country that we're coming up on is actually China, and that's noted. Okay, so I want to see what's going on with these oil rigs in Fars. Yeah, Great Britain is enforcing military access. Whatever, that's fine. So some of these are not progressing, and generally what this means is that private construction has come through and built some of these, or foreign construction, and that there's too many queued up to actually be built. That's usually what that means. I'm going to let it go until all of them in Fars here are finished, and we'll see what ends up happening. So that's going to be like another 8 weeks or so, and that's absolutely fine. If we go into here and check, is there anywhere else where we can build anything? Yeah, we can see we can build a coal mine in Bumpoor. So we can definitely do that. And what about agriculture? Yeah, there's a little bit of arable land here too. So 0.91, 0.48, 0.62, and 0.6. So really the livestock ranches are the way to go here. So we'll get those queued up. That'll be absolutely fine. We've got about 5 months left here. We got an advance. Okay, that's not bad. We will take the enactment success chance. Cool. So things are progressing nicely with poor votes, or rather poor laws. We have a very good chance of getting a passage here on the next tick, which would be, of course, wonderful. So our GDP is continuing to soar at this moment, but our primary concern... Okay, so this is one thing, right? Military statistics, this is great. Whatever. Advanced tactics training for barracks and conscription center, we're definitely happy with that. The bigger deal was, I didn't see where it was, but a mass immigration of people are coming in from the Ottoman Empire. They're Kurdish people, and we can put them to work. So that sounds absolutely wonderful. So we need to take these guys up to advanced tactics training here and here. There we go. So that looks good. And there are now 4 months left in this construction queue. So we're just about done with our extraction at this point. Very, very close to being done with that. Okay, we can definitely see some of these are... for the moment, a couple of these are still building. Canada is currently fighting Great Britain. Interesting. Very interesting. So for now, that's reasonably fine. Okay, and there's a naval invasion in Fars. China is currently invading us in Fars. Well, that's rude. So I guess we need to send these guys down. Let's see. They're already being stationed in the Persian HQ, so just mobilizing them, they should oppose this. Okay, so that looks fine for now. I don't know how strong China's forces are compared to ours. Probably somewhat. We've very much neglected ours. I don't know why they're even trying to invade us, but whatever. So yeah, I don't think we're actually going to get these oil rigs built. Let's get rid of those. Art Silk has been unlocked. Okay, that's noted. And at this point, what I want to do is I want to check on specifically... There was something I wanted to check, and I've completely forgotten what it is. Our market access is not going to be great. That's not surprising, given that there's a naval invasion. And this was a transportation shortage in Herat, and also in Fars. Okay, so we do need a railway here. And then in Herat, what do we have going on here? This is being built. Okay. I've forgotten what I wanted to check, but I did want to check something. But for now, this is fine. Okay, so this railway is going to finish up in 3 weeks. That looks good. And we should be able to defend this fairly easily, in theory. Yeah, we definitely should. Oh, I remember what I wanted to check. I wanted to check if we could re-queue up any of those oil rigs. The answer is no. Okay, so that looks good. And this railway in Herat is finishing. Perfect. There we go. And we're going to get all of this finished up very soon, actually. We are really, really, really close to getting that construction queue finished. So we're going to be going negative here, and that's understandable. We've only got 9 weeks on this construction queue, so I think we just go into debt here, and we just let this passively die off as it finishes things. That's the idea right now. So we're just going to continue these constructions for a good long time, and that should be fine. No major issue at all there. Okay, so fishing wharves in Fars are finishing up right now. And we've got a lot of open jobs here still. No doubt about that. Poor Laws is going to be passing, hopefully, on this tick. Odds are good on that. And are we fully constructing? We are fully constructing. So very soon, our deficit is going to start decreasing naturally, and that seems absolutely great. We see that there's a battle occurring here, and they sent 1 unit against our 31. That's not a great idea on their part. Okay, so that's fine. They did not try very hard. And hey, there's Poor Laws. Okay, so that sounds good, and now... what do we have for our social security? We can go up to tier 2. Yes, let's do that. And then as far as law changes go, we have a couple of interesting options here. So we're on migration controls right now. We can't go up to no migration controls, which would be ideal, but the rural folk and the trade unions don't support this, nor do the petite bourgeoisie. This would not be a good thing to go for right now. Not that we could even do this. We could go to restricted child labor, but that's actually not workforce ratio. That's just dependent income. Interesting. But that would actually, that would reduce mortality of farmers, laborers, machinists, and peasants. But the odds on this aren't very good. So we can hold off on that for now. We have other options, including regulatory bodies, which would give us a workplace safety office institution. The industrialists not going to be very happy about this. The odds on this are a bit RNG. So do we have something that is much more likely that we really want to pass? I mean, proportional taxation is a really good chance. And I'm going to do it. We're going to go for that right now. We have a lot of law changes that I would love to put through right now, but it's fine. We'll get there. So we're going to get all of these constructions completed. We are definitely not utilizing our full construction budget at this point, and that's understood. We want to work our way out of this debt. And We're net positive at this point, which is wonderful. The French flu is spreading into our territory. Okay, so we've got the flu pandemic going on at this point. So that's going to be painful for our projected pop growth. No doubt about that. We should have gone for public health insurance. Well, we'll see if we can pass that after proportional taxation. For the time being, we're working on getting out of debt, and that will be nice and quick. There's another naval invasion happening down over here, this time Australia. Okay. I wish them luck. To be honest, Canada's doing pretty well here. Canada's at 92, and Britain's at 20 right now. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive indeed. So another thing that we could think about doing is we could think about... Let's see, we no longer have to create this way, right? Right, it's done through here at this point. We build them here now. That's right, they changed that a while back. So we'd be interested in potentially expanding out our military, but we don't have people to work in our existing jobs, right? That's the core issue right now. And our pop growth is low because of the flu pandemic. So that's not ideal. No doubt about that. Our welfare payments are very, very low at this point. That seems good. Standard of living has ticked down a little bit. I suspect that's probably due to the flu pandemic. So for now, that's reasonably fine. We are up over 150 million in our GDP. That's looking good. We're catching up to China on GDP, actually. Okay, so this guy is caught in a scandal? Sure. Looks great to me. The Ulema are going to lose some support due to that. So that is absolutely wonderful. Now, we can start building some abroad locations here. And that is, I think, a good thing to start working on doing. So, we're going to sort by earnings, and we are going to make it our policy, I think, that we are going to build anywhere where it would be above about half a point of earning, or about half 500 earnings. So we'll do something like this. And this would not be profitable. This would not be profitable enough. We can get a little bit going in Arabistan here. Sure, that looks good. And then some logging camps out here. Now, this is foreign construction, right? So we're going to be using foreign workers for this. And that's absolutely understood. So this is investing over primarily in the Ottoman Empire, which will be relatively fine. And yes, we are constructing at a fairly high rate right now. That's understood. We'll get all of these done reasonably quickly. So I'm not too concerned about that. What about fishing wharves? Yeah, fishing wharves are a decent thing to invest in over there as well. So we can do something like this. So that is going to get us some government dividends. And our government dividend efficiency is currently 50%. That's understood. We debated here, which is not very surprising at all. Income tax rate. I'm going to take the 5% instead of cutting our taxes. Okay. So over here, livestock ranches, not great, but we can definitely get some rice farms going, which we are relatively interested in doing. This is not particularly profitable. Wheat farms, not particularly profitable. Ah, cotton plantations. Yeah, that we can definitely work on. So this is continuing to go up. There we go. Cool. So we can definitely build a lot of cotton plantations over this way. This is going to be reasonably profitable for us, and eventually they'll probably get either privatized or nationalized, which is relatively fine. Silk plantations, not all that great. Okay, and then we can do something like this for tea plantations, which, there we go, that'll do for now. Some tobacco plantations over here. Okay. So something along the lines of that. should do the trick. Okay. Well, actually, this is quite a bit more expensive now. There we go. Something along those lines. Okay, so Canada got its independence. Good job, Canada. That's actually good for us. And our market access is going to be going up. The French flu is, of course, spreading, and this is not surprising. So if you look here, yeah, our projected pop growth, it's not great. There's a reason why I'm currently doing foreign investment. So this is going to take 11 months, and we don't really want to build for 11 months here, and that's absolutely understood. In fact, we're going to want to stop right about now, in fact. So we're going to let this week go by, and then we'll stop here. Okay, looks good. So we're going to build up a little bit of funds. That'll be okay. And this is going to, yeah, give us a tiny bit of credit there. And the French flu is continuing to spread. No. So we have under a year left here. And I'm currently thinking that this will actually be the final episode. So that is mildly surprising. Kind of crept up on me a little bit, but to be honest, it took us a really, really long time to get anything going. The political inertia in Iran was insane. But now that I understand how the political movement works in this current version of the game, it will be a lot easier next time. No doubt about that. So we'll definitely tackle that differently going forward. Lessons have been learned on that front, shall we say. So human rights is currently being researched, and that is understood. Proportional taxation is probably not going to pass before the end of the game. And that's absolutely fine. I will want to resume construction here, so let's get going on that. And we can see that there's a lot of negative construction efficiency out over here. Mostly due to turmoil. Okay. Well, that's going to slow things down a little bit, but we can move any of these that are in Resurgent down to the bottom. This is pretty low as well. This is pretty low. What else do we have here? 32.5. This is 32.5. This is also 32.5. Yeah, and then this state here. In Bosnia, that should be moved down, in theory. But we're going to want to build these anyway, right? So there's human rights unlocked. That gives us a bunch more laws. And we got a debate here. This is fine. We're going to take the minus 5% bureaucracy and take the 5% enactment success chance. Now, this is probably going to put us negative in our bureaucracy. Yes, but only just. So we're going to want to check in on government administrations here. Domestic, thank you very much. And let's check on taxation capacity. Okay, nowhere really needing to have that done. So we're just going to build one in Iraqi Ajami, and that'll be it for now. We have a transportation and electricity shortage in Fars. Okay. Let's build an additional railway there and subsidize the power plant. That will do the trick. Cool. So that's looking fine for now. And proportional taxation is fairly likely to pass, but probably not before the end of the game, is what we need to figure here. You can see that our GDP has shrunk somewhat. This is due to our market access, because Britain is being annoying. No doubt about that. Britain is being annoying. They are causing a lot of problems in the world, and it's going to take some time for that to come back up. So Canada got their independence. I'm wondering right now, Britain is infamous at this moment. And what all are they involved in? Okay, these are just revolts. So we should be overall recovering, although we're still only at 86%, and that's noted. That is lower than it probably should be, but for the time being, it's fine. So we're finishing those iron mines in Erzurum at this point. And it is actually about time to put a cut in here. So next episode is actually going to be the last one. And that's okay. We're definitely going to... we'll decide at that point whether it's the last episode or not, whether we want to go into overtime. But I don't think that's necessary here unless we really, really wanted to break free from Britain. but ultimately I don't think that's that big of a deal. So next episode is going to be the last one. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGar, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.